good as out of this IPL playoffs race. Let's take a look at how the teams stack up so far. Let's start then with Royal Challengers Bangalore. They have won their 5th game in a row and they are in the 5th position on the points table with 12 points. They will go to 14 points if they beat CSK next Saturday, but even then, other results have to go their way because both SRH and LSG can make it to 16 points and knock RCB out. So that's a simple equation for Royal Challengers Bangalore. What about Chennai Super Kings? They are on 14 points after beating Rajasthan last night and they're not yet certain of qualifying. If they lose to RCB, 4 teams can still finish ahead of them in the points table, which is Kolkata Knight Riders, Rajasthan Royals, Sunrisers Hyderabad and Lucknow Super Giants. But if they do beat RCB, they will finish in the top 4 given their excellent run rate. If they lose to RCB, they will have to hope that at least one of SRH and LSG remain on 14 points. So that's for Chennai Super Kings. Let's move on then to Delhi Capitals. What about the Delhi fans? Is Delhi still in? Well, Delhi lost to RCB by 47 runs. Their net run rate is down to minus 0.482, which is below CSK, SRH and RCB. They can get to 14 points at best and their chances are very low to finish in top 4 due to that net run rate. Their best chances if SRH loses by huge margins in their next 2 games, CSK beat RCB and LSG wins 1 game and their net run rate stays below Delhi Capitals. But this is highly unlikely because SRH need to lose their last 2 games by a combined margin of 150 runs and DC will have to beat LSG by 64 runs to go ahead of SRH in net run rate. DC's campaign in that sense is all but over. Now let's take a look at Rajasthan Royals. They look like they'd be the first team to seal a playoff berth, but they have lost 3 games in a row and so they still have to win a game before they can qualify. 4 other teams can still get to 16 or more, but one of the teams is LSG, who have a net run rate of negative 0.769. And even if they win their last 2 games and RR loses their last 2 games, RR will be better than LSG in terms of net run rate. So Rajasthan will want to win at least one of their 2 games for a top 2 finish. If they win both 2, they are confirmed of a top 2 finish. Now, they play both their games at home, which is an advantage for them. The first one that they play or the next one is against Punjab Kings and then their last game is against table toppers Kolkata Knight Riders. Let's move on then to Sunrisers Hyderabad, the team that is redefining batting in the power plays. Their net run rate is much better than that of LSG and 1 win in 2 games will ensure qualification. 2 wins in 2 could make them a contender for the top 2 finish. Remember, all these teams want to finish in the top 2 because they want an extra chance of playing in the knockout stages. They don't want to play in the eliminator. But if they lose both their games, they could be in trouble because both CSK and RCB could finish ahead of them in net run rate. SRH play GT and PBKS in their next 2 games. It'll be interesting to see how that turns out for Sunrisers Hyderabad. Let's then shift focus to Lucknow Super Giants. First of all, have they recovered from that little spat between Sanjeev Goenka and KL Rahul? LSG's poor net run rate means they need 16 points to be in contention. Even then, they could fall short if CSK and SRH also finish on 16 as their net run rate are much superior. Even if Royals lose 2, it's highly unlikely that LSG can catch up with them on run rate. LSG play DC and MI in their last 2 games. Okay, what about Gujarat Titans, last year's runners-up? Titans can get to 14 points, but given their terrible run rate of negative 1.063, it's almost impossible for them to be challenging for one of the playoffs positions. They play Kolkata Knight Riders next and then they take on Sunrisers Hyderabad. So that's how the teams are stacking up at the moment. Of course, things can change, though we've given you what is the likelihood really of these teams qualifying and how they can qualify. Yeah, lots to look forward to. We're right at the business end of the group stages and we still just have one team that has qualified so far. And talking about the team that has qualified so far, let's look at the match that is coming up tonight. It's Kolkata Knight Riders, the only team to have qualified, against a struggling Gujarat Titans in Ahmedabad. KKR may have qualified, but they will look to seal a top 2 finish by beating the Titans. Gujarat, on the other hand, will be happy to see their captain and his opening partner score centuries in the last game. They'll want them to give their team an explosive start yet again, given KKR openers Sunil Narayan and Phil Salt will try to do the same. Rashid Khan needs to have a good game if GT want to stop the Kolkata Knight Riders batting from running riot on a flat batting surface in Ahmedabad. Captain Shubman Gill and fellow opener Sai Sudarshan will be in focus as Gujarat Titans take on the only team with a queue behind it, Kolkata Knight Riders, in their must-win game in the Indian Premier League later today. In addition to the home advantage, GT will be buoyed by the recent form of their openers Gill and Sai Sudarshan. Gill roared back to form with his 4th IPL 100 to keep his team's slim playoff hopes alive with a comfortable win against Chennai Super Kings at home in their last game. Sudarshan batted with the captain for a 210-run opening stand against CSK as both struck impressive centuries. The role of Gill and Sudarshan will be crucial once again as GT face the formidable Kolkata Knight Riders, who will be gunning for their 5th straight win. With 9 wins in 12 games, KKR have become the first team to confirm their berth for the playoffs. There are 7 more teams in the race. Rajasthan Royals, with 16 points, look well poised for the 2nd spot, whereas Chennai Super Kings and Sunrisers Hyderabad are on 14 points each. RCB in the 5th position are joined by Delhi Capitals and Lucknow Super Giants on 12 points each. Gujarat Titans, despite being 8 on 10 points from 12 games, are still in with a chance, at least technically. However, with the lowest net run rate of -1.063, Gujarat will need a miracle to survive till the next round. Gujarat's bowling has lacked fire this season. Their pacers have been inconsistent and their spinners have leaked runs before an inspired display against Chennai Super Kings. Mohit Sharma's variations and knuckleballs were effective, and Rashid Khan's guile also stood out, and they would hope for another good outing. Former India pacer ran through the CSK middle order, while the Afghan spinner signed off with wickets of Ravindra Jadeja and MS Dhoni. KKR, on the other hand, need just 1 win in their remaining 2 games to seal a top 2 finish. They've already qualified for the playoffs with an 18-run win over Mumbai Indians in a rain-hit game over the weekend. Sunil Narayan, with 461 runs and 15 wickets, has carried the team with his all-round brilliance, while fellow West Indian all-rounder Andre Russell has been another impactful player with 222 runs and 15 wickets this season. Mystery spinner Varun Chakravarti, with 18 wickets in his kitty, has been in good rhythm. Mitchell Starc too has displayed his occasional brilliance for 12 wickets in 11 matches. Phil Salt, who has amassed 435 runs in 12 innings, too has given the team sensational starts but has been off the boil a bit in the last 3 innings. But 287 from 12 innings from captain Shreyas Iyer has been far from inspiring. The venue has proved to be batter-friendly and has witnessed some high-scoring games. GT has beaten KKR twice in the last 3 meetings, but the hosts can't lower their guard, as it was at this venue where Rinku Singh had given them a nightmare when he slammed Yash Dayal for 5 consecutive sixes in the final over last year. Okay, with that, we're going to slip into a short break. When we return, Royal Challengers Bangalore, can they make that turn around and qualify for the playoffs? We'll tell you when we return.
There's a new video around what deepfake can do.
We had seen a trailer of this a few days back.
Owners should not be only on the platform.
We'll have to wait and see how those play out.
Hindenburg's report cannot be taken as gospel of truth.
That ink is a semi-permanent dye called the indelible ink.
We are the sole manufacturer of this indelible ink.
Don't try to repair something which is working.
And if you have facial recognition, you can go vote in any booth anywhere based on where you are, and then it will be recorded that you can't vote anywhere else again.
Can we retire indelible ink and use biometrics? Theoretically, my answer would be yes.
This and more. Streaming on News 9 Plus. News is now content. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
Welcome back. Let's look at the matches from Sunday. A busy week for Chennai Super Kings began with a win over 10th-ranked Punjab Kings in Dharamshala, followed by a surprise loss to Gujarat Titans. But the defending champions kept themselves in the race for the playoffs by defeating Rajasthan Royals by 5 wickets in Chennai last night, with skipper Ruturaj Gaikwad steering them to a target of 142 with 42 off 41 balls. CSK are third in the points table on 14 points, the same as Pat Cummins' fourth placed Sunrisers Hyderabad, but with a better net run rate, while RR remain at second but still need to qualify for the playoffs. This win, which is CSK's final league match at home, bore the hallmark of many past seasons. CSK know exactly what is required at Chepauk, and they bowled and batted accordingly to squeeze Rajasthan Royals. On a sluggish two-paced surface, it was Simarjeet Singh who dented RR the most with the wickets of Yashasvi Jaiswal, Jos Buttler and Sanju Samson, while the spinners Ravindra Jadeja and Mahesh Theekshana gave away 54 runs in 8 overs. When Sanju Samson won the toss and chose to bat, he was looking at a total of at least 170. But it was not to be, as RR only managed 141 for 5. Jaiswal and Buttler managed 42 runs in the power play, but the pair was dismissed by Simarjeet, who then took the big prize of them all, the skipper Sanju Samson, at which stage the score was 91 for 3 in the 15th over. And barring a solid 47 not out from Riyan Parag and a 28 off 18 from Dhruv Jurel, none of the Royals batters found fluency on that surface. Jaiswal's short ball problems followed him as he mistimed a delivery from Simarjeet. Buttler found a diving Tushar Deshpande at fine leg when he tried to force the pace after eating up 25 balls for 21 runs. And the dot ball pressure told on Samson, who was caught at mid-off after scoring a laborious 19-ball 15. Deshpande took 2 wickets in the final over of the Royals innings, which set CSK 142 to win. It was a far from smooth chase as Ravichandran Ashwin took the wickets of Rachin Ravindra and Shivam Dubey, and his spin partner Yuzvendra Chahal conceded just 22 runs from his 4 overs while dismissing Daryl Mitchell. But Gaikwad knew exactly how to pace his innings and he did not take any risks, finishing the job with 42 not out of 41 balls. There was a big moment of controversy during the chase when Samson ran out Jadeja, who was adjudged to have obstructed the field after he turned around mid-pitch and sent back by Gaikwad, and then changed his path to be ruled to have been in line with the stumps when Samson gathered the ball and threw it. After the win, a rather relieved Gaikwad said it was a wonderful feeling to get a victory in front of the Chepauk fans. He said, and I quote, "When we were 55 for 1, I felt we were cruising. 1 or 2 wickets can allow the opposition to get back. As a team, we have stroke players, so my job was to stay there till the end. Generally, I thought we were cruising and there was no pressure until the end. On the pitch, definitely, we would love to play on such wickets. It brings our spinners into play, and with huge boundaries, there's an amount of risks to hit sixes. On bowling into the pitch, he says that is always the plan whenever you come here. Sometimes the wicket is flatter and we go to the Yorkers. When the wicket is slow, you have a bigger side. You want to take the pace off." Now, second match of the night was Royal Challengers Bangalore versus DC, a team that 3 weeks ago was languishing at 10th place on the IPL points table, has remarkably moved up 5th spot after winning 5 matches in a row. I'm talking about Royal Challengers Bangalore, and they still remain in the playoffs race. Yes, Royal Challengers Bangalore, who after a month at the bottom of the leaderboard decided to give their fans reason to cheer, and who have turned around what seemed an abject campaign into the stuff of dreams. RCB's 47-run win over Delhi Capitals in Bengaluru last night have them level with their opponents on 12 points, and Faf du Plessis' team could end on 14 if they beat CSK next Sunday, and also hope that other results go their way. The latest win came despite du Plessis and orange cap holder Virat Kohli failing to deliver, with the trio of Rajat Patidar, Will Jacks and Cameron Green firing in a total of 187 for 9 in 20 overs. After du Plessis was dismissed by Mukesh Kumar for just 6 runs and Kohli for 27 to former India pace bowler Ishant Sharma, RCB's rejuvenated number 3 batter Patidar put in another superb effort, getting 52 of 32 balls to turn the innings around. After a few low scores, Englishman Jacks found some form with 41 of 29 balls before Australian all-rounder Cameron Green delivered a timely cameo of 32 of 24 as RCB lost their last 5 wickets with just 13 runs. Set a target of 188, DC never came close, bowled out for 114 19.1 overs in the absence of Rishabh Pant, who was serving a one-match suspension on account of a repeated slow over rate offence. While David Warner, playing in place of Pant, failed yet again, DC's young batting sensation Jake Fraser-McGurk smashed Siraj for 14 runs off his first over to briefly show what could have been. But his run-out saw the chase stumble forward. Swapnil Singh, Mohammad Siraj and Green picked up a wicket each. Lockie Ferguson pocketed a couple and Yash Dayal was the most productive RCB bowler with 3. Green was the deserved player of the match for his 32-run cameo, 4 miserly overs with just 19 runs and the wicket of Rafiq Salam, and a terrific effort in the field to run out the dangerous Tristan Stubbs. Now, RCB's 5th win in a row has put them at 5th on the points table, a remarkable turnaround for losing 6 matches on the trot. With 12 points, RCB now can get to 14 from their last match with CSK, which might be enough to take 4th spot on the points table, provided that LSG and Sunrisers Hyderabad do not make it to 16 points. Should RCB not be boosted by other results ending in their favour, then next Sunday's match with CSK would require them to score 200 and then win by 18 runs to edge their net run rate past that of the defending champions. So just how have RCB managed to remain alive in the race for that final playoff spot? A mix of consistent runs from Kohli and Patidar, a better team combination than in the first month of action, a timely return to all-round form for Green and bowlers taking wickets. Kohli has been RCB's mainstay all season and duly wears the orange cap for scoring 661 runs with 13 innings at an average of 66 and a strike rate of 155. In RCB's 5-game winning spree, the former India captain has scores of 51, 70 not out, 42, 92 and 27. No doubt the spike in consistency has given RCB better starts, even though Kohli's opening partner Faf du Plessis was underwhelmed with his inconsistency. Kohli's improved strike rate and positive intent has been a factor, with the man in form admitting that he's worked hard to slog sweep the spinners. Most noticeable when he scored 70 not out in the win against Gujarat Titans and 92 at a strike rate of nearly 200 against Punjab Kings. If there's one RCB batter who's defied expectations, it is Patidar, who sits at 3rd on the team's run table with 320 at a strike rate of almost 180. 3 of Patidar's 550s have come during this run of 5 wins in a row and at a strike rate of 209, which shows how much of an effort he's made to inject urgency in the batting. Just what RCB needed, given du Plessis has not been firing regularly, as well as the burden on Kohli. Not to mention the overall underwhelming returns of Will Jacks despite a stunning century to boost RCB's net run rate in that win over GT. Green too has timed his return to form perfectly, scoring vital runs and contributing in the field during the team's remarkable turnaround. The 24-year-old scored 37 not out and took 2 for 12 in the upset win over SRH, made a crucial 46 in the win against Punjab in Dharamshala, and yesterday held the innings together with 32 not out before taking 1 for 19 with the ball to go with that sensational run out of Stubbs. Now coming to the bowling, adding Swapnil Singh to the 11 has proved a good move by RCB, as the spin bowling all-rounder has taken 6 wickets in his 5 appearances with a strike rate of 11, while the return to form of Mohammad Siraj has no doubt been a factor. After a very poor start in the first month of the IPL, Siraj now has 7 wickets in the last 5 matches and his new ball partner Yash Dayal has taken 6 in the same span. Add in vital strikes from Karan Sharma's leg spin and suddenly RCB found a pack of bowlers managing to take wickets consistently. And thus, a stumbling team has turned around its luck to become genuine playoff contenders, even if the road ahead is far from smooth. RCB have yet to win the IPL in 17 season, and while the patience and trust of all their fans has been tested to the limit, the way this team has rebounded will surely give them and their supporters reason to believe in the impossible. Okay, with that, we're going to slip into a short break. When we come back, Manika Batra, there is a special interview with her, so stay with us.
Can the Trinamool candidate from Baharampur hit the ball out of the park?
50-60 दिन बहुत ज़्यादा बोल रहा हूँ, उससे पहले ही काम दिखने स्टार्ट हो जाएंगे.
Pitted opposite Pathan in Team BJP is Dr. Nirmal Kumar Saha.
The fight is not Adit Chaudhary and Nirmal Saha. The fight between Modi versus Rahul Gandhi.
Yusuf Pathan and Nirmal Saha, two professionals who have switched to politics, are taking on Congress leader Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary. Can one of the first-time politicians end his winning streak? This and more. Streaming on News 9 Plus. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
20,000 people dead and counting. What's happening in the United States of America is unprecedented. You will have to pay for this.
Welcome back. Manika Batra, the poster girl of Indian table tennis, had a brilliant run at the Saudi Smash this week, which augurs well ahead of the Paris Olympics. Her dream run ended in the quarterfinals with a defeat to world number 5 Hina Hayata of Japan, but Manika managed to beat three top 20 players, giving her the right momentum she needed. Her biggest win of the career came against world number 2 Wang Manu, when she fought back from a game down to win over her opponent. Listen in to Manika on her performance and the whole campaign.
Yes, first of all, in this tournament, Saudi Smash, which is a big tournament in table tennis, to reach quarterfinals was I would not say great, but yes, good thing for me. I'm really happy how I played in this tournament, but of course not satisfied because I wanted to do more. Proud that I played really my best games in this tournament, and how I trained before this Saudi Smash was really intense. So that really helped me, to reach till this quarters in this tournament. Training abhi, like I said before, Saudi Smash was really intense. वो 10-12 days जो मुझे मिले थे बहुत अच्छे गए, which really helped me to perform this how I played in Saudi. And I think before Olympics I have good 1.5 months good training sessions के, so I will keep on working hard, whether it's table tennis or on my workouts or on my mental strength. So I think I will keep on going like this, and I will keep working hard for my country and for my family. We all are really working hard, चाहे वो men team हो or women team हो. We are, if you see from last few tournaments, सबकी performance touchwood बहुत अच्छी जा रही है, and everyone is giving their best to reach at that level and to perform good in Olympics. So I think ऐसी ही confidence and faith के साथ and belief के साथ अगर हम खेलेंगे, so we can do something in Olympics. So yes, हमारा target है of course to win a medal for our country, but yes, we just work hard for that, and we give our 100% in Olympics.
That ink is a semi-permanent dye called the indelible ink.
We are the sole manufacturer of this indelible ink.
Don't try to repair something which is working.
And if you have facial recognition, you can go vote in any booth anywhere based on where you are, and then it will be recorded that you can't vote anywhere else again.
Can we retire indelible ink and use biometrics? Theoretically, my answer would be yes.
This and more. Streaming on News 9 Plus. News is now content. Subscribe and get free vouchers.